Hello, crafty friends. Taniesa here for Trinity Stamps. I'm so excited to be sharing our products for the first time here at Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. I thought that I would walk you through some of Trinity's newest and best-selling slimline products. I have a few project examples and some tips to give along the way. And I'll even show you at the end of my video how to put together a slimline envelope with our envelope builder die. Are you excited? I know I am, so let's get started. First up is our Scalloped Panels and Banners die set. This basic die set is a great staple for your slimline designs. You get two scalloped panels, the largest measuring 8.5 by 3.5, as our standard slimline die sizes. And you also get 3 banners that can work on an A2 landscape card as well. This example by design team member Christine uses our largest scalloped panel as well as 2 of our smaller stitched edge panels. And this is the Stitched Panels and Square set, another great basic set you'll go to often. This set contains 3 different size stitched edge panels and a die that will cut 3 evenly spaced double stitch squares on any size panel you wish to use. These squares make great frames and shaker windows. Here's an adorable card from design team member Emily. Emily used 2 of the stitch panels as well as the 3 squares to make these great shaker windows. A great way to create a fun and festive backdrop. Next up is a new die to our Slimline series. The Modern Embossed Panels die set features 4 panels that all have an embossed detail edge. It's subtle, classy, and adds a wonderful touch to any card. We try to make sure that your Trinity Stamps products mix and match together to give you even more options when designing your projects. The trio of squares contained in this die set is just like our stitch set, but the one feature that I love is that these squares nest behind the stitched squares to create a small frame border. No measuring needed, the single die will space these out perfectly. I love how it makes the slimline card layout easy and eye-catching. Great to use with smaller stamps and die set, like that snowman border builder. This popular die set is called Wonky Stitched Wilderness. It features a wonky stitched panel, plus some scene building accessory dies that will cut out a mountain range with snow caps, a few trees, and it also has these great stitching only dies in clouds and star shapes. So much fun to build an outdoor scene. We also have a stencil set that has the same shape layout as those clouds, so you can ink blend over them. This is our Frame and Fold die set. Although it's made with a slimline card in mind, we take it a step beyond by including additional dies that can create a fun 3x4 mini card. The set includes this frame for the outside of a slimline card that's fantastic for making a full-size shaker. You also get a double-stitched edged heart, a trio of small heart dies, a trio of stitching-only hearts, the words Love and You along with their shadow layers, a scored panel piece to fold in half for the mini card, and a stitched rectangle and square piece for building the mini card. This little card size is perfect for our line of 3x4 stamps, which make quick and easy cards that are perfect size to include with a gift or even to slip a gift card inside. Our Foliage Frame Die Set is one of our more popular slimline sets and features a beautiful leafy frame for your slimline cards. It also includes some floral and foliage dies to add to the frame to build up layers even more. I love the stitch edges on this die set. Here's an example of the foliage masked off and colored, and another example which features an ink blended background that is perfect for fall. This particular card has a gold metallic frame that is flipped around and layered behind the ink blended layer. I love how it frames our new Scripty Thanks die set. Our Lift the Flap die set is a simple but fun 4-piece set. The full-size slimline flap is a great die to use if you're giving a cash gift or a gift certificate. A fun and unique surprise. The largest rectangle of the smaller 3 dies will fit a gift card perfectly, and the 2 smaller flat pieces are great to add doors, windows, and they're also small enough that you can cut multiple on one slimline card. This next slimline die is called Room Builder, and it's one of my most favorite scene building sets. This die will cut a full-size slimline card panel, but it also has these embossed details that will create the appearance of a wood floor and beadboard wall paneling. The accessory dies you see will create a window, curtain rod with curtains, 2 plants, 2 different size frames, a rug, small strips for the wood, and floor molding as well. This example shows the scene builder in action with our Cozy Bear stamp set. A little tip: sometimes the white border of a coordinating die set can break up the flow of your scene. Here I took a cool gray alcohol marker to darken those harsh white edges, and it helps the different pieces all flow together nicely. Our Rainbow Builder die set will create this giant rainbow that will fill a landscape slimline card easily. It also contains a cloud border edge and 2 corner cloud layering pieces. It really makes a stunning rainbow card. You can even get creative, like our design team member Jeannie did, where you cut the rainbow and make this bend rainbow vertical card. Super cute, and I love those silver cloud edges as well. This border set is called Scenic Borders and has been a popular set since it was first released last fall. You get 3 borders, a cloud border edge that can double as background bushes, a sloped stitched hill, as well as a grassy sloped hill with stitching detail. This example shows the stitched hill used in 2 layers to create snowdrift. Such a cute card for the holiday season. For more outdoor borders, we have our Great Outdoors Borders and Builders die set. This set contains 4 borders: a stitched hill, a grassy edge, a stitched wave edge, and a cute picket fence too. You also get some cute scene building dies, like a branch with leaves, 3 little birds, and it also contains some layering tree pieces too. A new border die for us is our stitch strips. This is a great die set for cutting up scraps and creating clean and simple border strips. Every other strip has stitched edge detail. The 3 largest strips have an open design, so if you wanted to cut around a sentiment, you could do so easily. You can even stack these strips in different sizes for a fun dimensional effect. Our celebration borders make the most fun birthday cake layers, but it can also be used in many different ways. The set contains 8 borders. 2 of these borders, the drippy edge and the scalloped edge, are single cutting line dies, so you can make them as wide or as narrow as you'd like. Use them layered together or separate for many different card designs. Although you can cut apart the happy birthday to you sentiment, I chose to leave mine together to create an evenly spaced sentiment border like you see in this envelope shaker die. Such a fun and unique surprise to make anyone smile. And I love that swirl border too. It reminds me of those Hostess cupcakes. Our new Slimline Quilted Cover Plate die will cut out a full-size slimline panel with these fun stitching lines in a quilt-like pattern. You can use this wonderful background die as is, but you can also add details in between the stitching lines. Here I added some Nuvo Dream Drops, but you could easily add gems or other embellishments as well. To coordinate with the Slimline Quilted die and our A2 cover plate die of the same design, we have the 6x9 Quilted Trio stencil set. This stencil set was made to go with these quilted cover plates, and like most of our stencil sets, they feature an etched alignment guide. Simply align the stencil with the outside of the slimline panel and add ink or embossing paste in a star, heart, or polka dot shapes. These stencils are just one set of many 6x9 stencil designs made with slimline cards in mind. Be sure to check out the Trinity Stamps website to see all of the unique designs. Brand new to our Slimline series of products is our Slimline stamp sets. These 4x11 stamp sets are the first ever of its size to come to the crafting community. The background designs are sized slightly smaller than a full-size slimline card panel, and the large stamp will fit in an original size MISTI. If you don't have a stamping tool like this, don't worry. You can still use these fun sets. Simply flip the stamp side face up, ink, and press your paper on top of the stamp. I do this with many of my 6x6 background stamps, and this is just as easy. Our Slimline stamps just released a week ago, and we have the Slimline Booze set, perfect for Halloween, the Slimline Leafy background, which is a great background for any season, and our Slimline Woodsy background, which features some fun wood grain doodly type designs. All of the Slimline sets have supporting images as well. We have lots more Slimline sets planned for future releases, especially some fun holiday sets that I cannot wait to share with you. Also newly released is our Slimline paper collections. We have our Autumn Rainbow Pattern Collection, which is a tone-on-tone dot and stripe pattern in beautiful fall hues. And we also have our Black and White Pattern Collection. Both of these paper pads have 12 different papers of 24 different double-sided designs, and you get 2 sheets of each design. The great feature of this Black and White collection is that it can be heat foiled as well. Do you prefer a smaller slimline size card? Our mini Slimline card and envelope die set is a great size at 3x6 inches and a great way to use a 6x6 paper pad. This mini Slimline die set was released a little over 2 years ago and is still one of our most popular builder sets. This die set contains everything that you need to build a 3x6 card and a matching envelope. And there's also bonus dies, like a long tag that would also make a great bookmark, and a gift card notch die that allows you to easily add a gift card to any project. How adorable are these projects by designers Katie and Brenda? Both of these using the great die set, along with Trinity's stamps and stencils. I love this coffee bean design. Super cute. We also just released a mini Slimline Clean and Simple Panels die set that contains 3 sizes of mini Slimline panels and a triple rectangle die, great for making shakers and other designs. Now, hands down, the Slimline Envelope die set is our most popular die set and has been since it was released last winter. This die set not only contains all of the dies needed to make a Slimline envelope, but also the dies to make the Slimline card as well. In just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to put one of these great envelopes together to match a cute and simple Slimline card design using this die set as well. Here's an example of a Slimline envelope. You can create an envelope by using 1 sheet of 12x12 paper. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a huge stash of 12x12 paper just waiting to be used up. You can also stretch this die by creating a mini envelope or a 4-bar envelope by just cutting down the length of the flaps and the panel. Here I created a gift card envelope to slip a Starbucks gift card inside. What a cute and fun surprise, and I love that you can personalize the envelope to match the card. We just released this add-on die set that also gives the option for a long flap opening, which is long enough to add a decorative border to the edge. It also has an alternate V flap, and it contains everything that you need to make a 4x9 by 1 inch box. Here's a cute little Halloween treat box that I made using one of our new Slimline stamps, our Hello Beautiful die set, and the box die add-on. I filled it with caramels, and it's just waiting to be gifted for the Halloween season. Okay, now that you've seen all these great Trinity Stamps Slimline products, let me show you how to put together one of those Slimline envelopes. You'll need to cut out one of the panel pieces, 2 of the long flaps, and 1 each of the top and bottom flaps. You'll notice that each of these flaps has a score line. I like to take my bone folder. Here I'm using the Trinity Teflon Ergonomic Bone Folder, and I like to crease those lines extra sharp. Now you can use any type of strong adhesive to build your envelope, such as Tombow Extreme, or liquid glue, or tear and tape. I usually recommend using liquid glue at first because it gives you a little bit of extra wiggle room just to get the feel of building it. I've already put together the top and side flap, but they're all put together the same. So you simply just add glue or your adhesive onto the small tab of the flap, and then you'll align that with the edge of the main panel. These are sized exactly, so edge to edge it should fit perfectly. I usually line it up and then I flip it from the front to the back to make sure that it's not sticking out, especially if I'm using a different pattern like I am here. So see, I had a little bit of error here. Because I used the liquid glue, I can adjust that and make sure that it's just right. You'll want to make sure that you don't have any excess adhesive sticking on the inside or the outside of the envelope where it'll make the flap glue and not allow enough room for your slimline card to fit inside the envelope. So now I'll do the exact same thing for the bottom flap. I'm sorry, I'm a little off camera here, but I'm doing exactly the same thing as I did with the long flap. I just add the adhesive and then line it to the very bottom. Sometimes I'll push it against the table to make sure I have a flat edge. And it takes a little bit of extra drying time, but I like the assurance that I'm getting it just right. So once you have all of these flaps assembled, you'll want to add adhesive to your long flap first. Now you only need to add it to one side because they overlap. And usually I'll just add a dry adhesive because it's quick and there's no misalignment usually with that. So you'll want to fold the 2 long flaps in first, and then you'll fold the bottom flap on top of those. So here I'm adding some 1/8 inch score tape or tear and tape. And sometimes I'll reinforce that with my bone folder just to make sure it's really stuck down good. I don't want it coming apart in the mail. I'll remove the release paper, press that flap down, and then press the other flap on top of it. You're going to have a little bit of a gap, but that's just enough room for your card. You don't want it too tight. And then I'll repeat this step with the bottom flap. You, again, want to make sure that you're not putting adhesive all the way to the bottom because then it will glue your bottom flap closed and make it too tight for your envelope. Now, if you're pre-making these envelopes, you can put the same tear and tape at the top flap and then just remove the release paper when you're ready to send it off. Now, how cute is this? It used up some of my old 12 by 12 paper, and it made a really fun envelope that is definitely handmade. Using the same die set, I made a cute little Halloween card along with our new Slimline Booze background. Super cute, quick, and simple. And I just pop it in the envelope. And if I can get the string to stay in, and then it's good to go. Simple and easy, right? We have a lot of tutorials on our YouTube channel and our blog, so if you need to review that, there's plenty of tutorials for you to review. I love that I can use up my pattern paper and customize my envelope to match my cards. Well, that's going to wrap things up for me today. I want to say a big thank you for spending time with me and allowing me to show you some of Trinity Stamp Slimline products. I hope you found it helpful and inspiring. Don't forget that we have a show special from now until October 6th of 15% off everything in our Slimline category at trinitystamps.com. Thank you to Stamp and Scrapbook Expo for hosting this great virtual event. If you have any questions, feel free to message me via our website or email contact form. Happy crafting! Bye!